check.
Hello?
Mikey,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Beautiful. Hold on, let me adjust now. My head's being cut off. Hold on. This is cool.
All right, let me do this. All right.
That's good. Cool. Nice.
I could hear you loud and clear.
All right, beautiful.
Awesome.
So, we'll wait like maybe like a minute, see if we get some other people before we get heavy into it. But
Yeah, man.
so tell me about your day.
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. This morning, woke up, went over to. So my nephew, he's up the road. He's hanging out with his. He's hanging out with Christian. So
Yeah.
they're just chilling. Again, they're both the same age. They're going crazy with Fortnite right now.
Yeah, that's
Fortnite.
my son. Yep.
It's like I refuse to even try it. I'm like, you know what? No, no Fortnite. No Fortnite.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, well, I see a bunch of people have joined in. Thanks, everybody, for joining in. So my name's Mike. You guys, if you listen to the podcast, you probably recognize my voice. But my name's Mike, and my other host is Matt. He's not with me right now. He's down at his house. But we have with us our super fan, Peter Sudol, who was on our fan episode. Can you hear me?
Yeah? I can hear you now. Yeah,
all right,
we
cool.
had a bit of a lag.
That's all good. Just say hey to everybody.
What's up, guys? Peter Sudol. How are you?
Nice. So Peter, tell us. We kind of did this on the fan show, but tell us how we met and like how you came across the podcast and that kind of stuff. It's like a good intro,
Yeah, no, most definitely. So I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan podcast, and just again, big fan of mixed martial arts. I love the discussion of ideas. I love the free format of podcasts. So I was like, you know what? Let me see what kind of horror podcasts are out there. And literally the first one that came up on the search was Alone in the Dark podcast. I don't know if it's because I live in, I saw the Alone in the Dark podcast logo, and I was like, this looks pretty cool. And then I would say that was about 2 years ago. I would say two and a half years ago.
Right.
And I just instantaneously, Maddie and you guys have this awesome chemistry. Again, I say this to anybody I talk about your podcast, is it reminds me very much of just, best friends hanging out into the same things, and horror, like you discuss, dissect.
Right.
And just sharing that love. And then, again, it all correlated with my nephew falling in love with horror films, my nephew Damien Sharma. And then little by little, it got me hooked back in. And, I've been going hardcore with, just loving the horror, and then just seeing all these new artists that are coming out. And again, it's a nostalgia thing, it comes back. I always say this, I'm like, some people like Star Wars, Harry Potter films, and there's a big contingent of us out there.
Yeah, and I think it's so cool, like you said, with your nephew Damien. There's something so special about introducing it to a new generation and seeing how watching them experience it. You know what I mean? It's like super fun to do, right?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And even like I have a twin brother, Paulie. So, and again, we grow up, and then life happens.
Oh,
you might not have enough time for this or that, but he starts to see the enthusiasm, and including his son Aiden in it. So it's this last year we've made our rounds of conventions, and just the love for it.
Oh, it's awesome. So cool. So anyway, the reason why I wanted to do this is the first time we're doing this like video interview kind of thing, which I thought it's kind of a neat way to something else to add to the podcast, to the Instagram account, since that's where we have our most followers, But you were lucky enough this past Friday the 13th, because you live close to Blairstown, where they filmed the original Friday the 13th, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I live in Sparta, New Jersey, which is about a 20-minute ride.
That's
From
it, 20 minutes.
yeah, literally. If when I'm driving, maybe 15 minutes. No, I'm kidding. It's a nice, beautiful, scenic ride right into Blairstown. They just opened up Buck Hill Brewery right there. As you cross right into Blairstown, and again, I never thought in a million years I'd be living in Sparta, New Jersey. You know, if I said this, 10 years ago, I'll be living 20 minutes away from Blairstown.
Yeah.
So that being said, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, before you get into the Friday stuff, just explain Blairstown to people that have never seen pictures of it besides seeing the movie. What is Blairstown like as a town? Like,
Blairstown was incorporated in 1790.
Okay.
Let's see. Quiet. Again, it's the further you come away from New York City and you go west, and you just keep going west.
Yeah.
And then you're Northwest Jersey. It's a beautiful, quiet little town. Again, nature. It's just it's what am I trying to say? It's a quiet little town. Not a lot of people. I mean, again, it's just a quiet, sleepy little town.
Right.
And again, the history alone, like the main street in Blairstown. And again, when you see it in Friday the 13th, you just tell, you have an old school colonial.
Right.
And you have a lot of Victorian. Blair Academy is a preparatory school, and Blair Academy's been there since the late 1800s, and
wow.
it's one of the most distinguished preparatory schools in Jersey.
And it's still there.
Still there. Tuition there is like going to like an Ivy League school,
my
college.
gosh.
The tuition there, I mean, it's crazy.
Wow.
But again, it's ingrained. There's old history in Blairstown, but it's a cool little town. And that main street, I think, in the last 10 years has really revitalized.
Well, that's what the next thing I was going to ask you. Like, how much does it look different from the original Friday film? Like, does it look like completely different, or are there parts that look the same?
I would say very much the same.
Yeah.
Very much the same. I mean, there's certain, I guess, I'm not going to say restrictions, but when you can't mess with the structural integrity of like a specific historic town.
Right.
That whole main strip, and again, you got a cool tavern there, little mom and pop stores, a cafe.
Right.
And I would say what really I think blew up was in the last few years, and again, I mean, the history of Blairstown. I mean, ask any Friday the 13th fan.
Yeah.
Blairstown. They're like, oh yeah, Blairstown. I have like literally 5 different stories of each time I went into Blairstown.
Yeah.
15 years ago, 10 years ago, 8 years ago. But shit, I'm sorry.
You were talking about the town, how it's different, how it looks, how it looks compared to the original Friday film. Yeah.
So overall, I would say the iconic scene, the opening scene with Robbie Morgan, it's pretty much unchanged. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, which is cool. So people that are just joining us, I just want to remind people why we're doing this feed. I'm joined with Peter Sudol, who actually was in Blairstown for Friday the 13th, and they had a lot of festivities. So we're going to get into that in a minute. So you just talked about the town, how it's different or the same. So the camp, do you know much about this Boy Scout camp, in this lake where they filmed Friday the 13th? I know they do tours there for people, but it's kind of hard to get into, right? It's like you have to get on a waiting list, and it's kind of a pain in the ass, and it's expensive too, right?
Very expensive. Listen, it's a classic supply and demand. Like, they know that there's a niche group of us, and I would love to say my first experience of going to Blairstown, arriving in Blairstown and then going to Camp Nobi Bosco. That's the name of the camp. Mm-hmm. That's where they filmed Friday the 13th. The first time I went there, I went right to the front office, simply said, "Hey, how are you? My name is Peter. I'm a big fan." And the gentleman cut me off. And he's like, "I know what you're going to ask, and the answer is no." And I was like, He's like, yeah, no, I can't. It's, liability reasons, what have you.
Right.
I'm like,
right.
okay. So I start to walk out to my car. All of a sudden I see him walk out of the building, get in his car. And as I'm driving away, he's right on me. He's like,
he's making sure you're not.
I was escorted out. But again, you have a lot of hardcore fans that, that come up and they want to check it out. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I believe, there is a company that does, you have to put your name into a lottery.
Yeah.
You have to sign up and put your name into a lottery. And when they do the camp tours, it's, again, if you love Friday the 13th, you're going to pay that price.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let me just break it down to you how that day went. First thing in the morning, we had Robbie Morgan, aka.
Well, this is now we're talking on this last Friday the 13th.
Yeah, this past Friday the 13th.
Just so we catch people up. So
okay,
yes, so go ahead. So you and your nephew went, right?
Yep.
Okay.
First thing in the morning.
And how did you find out about it? First of all, tell people that because
BlairstownMuseum.org. Please check out BlairstownMuseum.org. Support it. They came in there about 8-9 years ago, and they really, they see that people come to Blairstown. It's a beautiful, historic town, but
right.
There's also Friday the 13th, and that just continuously grows and grows. So BlairstownMuseum.org, they did a really good job. They hosted these events.
Right.
So every Friday the 13th, and I would say in the last 2 years, it's really picked up steam. They bring in, like the last Friday the 13th in April 13th, which was a Friday the 13th, they brought in Adrian King.
Nice.
And they also brought in, I forget the gentleman's name, Ari Lehman.
Okay. Yes.
Well, and yeah, it literally, I can, as the best way to describe it, it was a festival. Like it was just a cool festival in the street. It wasn't overwhelming. I mean, there wasn't a police presence, but it wasn't too crazy and it wasn't quiet.
Yes.
So,
yeah, which is cool. So you knew about Robbie Morgan being there before you went, or you found out after you got there?
Again, I follow on Instagram, and the beauty of Instagram, I like Instagram because you're able to figure out what, your specific likes and needs, and every day you get notifications. I looked at Blairstown Museum, and I knew that they were announcing that, hey, they're bringing in Robbie Morgan, and they also brought in Stephen Dash, who played Jason in Friday the 13th Part 2.
Oh, that's awesome.
So he was there. So that website, awesome. Again, BlairstownMuseum.org.
Cool.
I knew that Robbie Morgan was coming. I was like, and then so it was structured differently. It was, you come in at 8 a.m. for a photo op.
Okay.
And she actually's dressed up in the original
which is
ensemble.
Insane, dude. Which is so. I lost you there. I just said that was so cool that, that she dressed up. So just before you get into her a little bit, you had on your Instagram, you had a shot of her walking through town, like in the movie. Did you ask her to do that, or like?
No. Everybody was like, all right, they're going to okay, Robbie's going to recreate her walk down. So literally, she started at the top of the hill, walked down the hill.
Dude.
And I'm telling you, it was like bucket list check. I was like, this is incredible.
That's amazing. Yeah. So if people want to see that, they can go to Peter's Instagram account and watch that video. And then, so you did a photo op with her, right? Which I saw your photo shoot. So you sent us a video that I'll show everybody. I'll actually hold my phone up in a second, but just explain to me how that transpired. Like you were waiting to get a picture with her. So how did that go down? Like, how did you mention the podcast, and how did you get her to say what she said?
So, again, it was 8 in the morning, Friday the 13th. It was 8 in the morning. So I knew that I wanted to have that photo op in the Archways. You got to understand that barn house was there since like 1850. And that classic archway where she's walking down the hill underneath and then comes out the second archway. I was like, this is if I don't I'll kick myself, you know, like this is,
Yeah,
this,
you
I'm
can't
right down
pass
the
that
street.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
you live right down the street. That's the thing,
Yeah.
you know?
So, and again, I had her there. I was like, you know, I really want her to have a photo of like me, like midway down the hill. But
Yeah.
anyway, so we get the photo, and again, I as I told you in March, we all went to Monster Mania, and that Monster Mania was a catastrophe.
Nightmare,
Cherry
right?
Hill Monster Mania that Saturday was I've never ever recalled. It was a completely oversold event, you know. I wanted to get one for Carpenter for Alone in the Dark podcast. I wanted to get one for Elvira. I know you love Elvira.
Oh,
so I was
love
like,
Elvira.
I was, and that was again. It was so oversold that we couldn't even get into the room to see Elvira.
Yes,
so,
yeah.
And I was like, I gotta get this intro. So I was like,
yeah.
I just simply Robbie Morgan, complete sweetheart. Her husband Mark Wahlberg, again, not the Mark Wahlberg, not Marky Mark, but it was funny because when we lined up for the photos, this guy comes up and he's like, "Hey guys, welcome, good to see you." And I was like, "Who is this?" You know, he was very charming. He was very charismatic. I'm like, "Who is this guy?" And I'm looking at him, I'm like, "All right, I've seen this person somewhere before." Turns out she's married to his name's Mark Wahlberg. He's a TV personality and also is a game show host.
Really?
I remember in the mid-90s he had a TV series for about a year. He was a talk show host for a year. And he's also now co-host of Antique Roadshow.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Does like a Price is Right live version as well. But again, nice guy.
Yeah.
We're waiting in line. We get up to see Robbie, and just a sweetheart. Just so genuine and
that's awesome.
Again, some of these people, like I hear some people have terrible experiences and, you know, of meeting these people. I just simply said, "Hey, this is this is an incredible moment. I'm here with my nephew." And it come to find out her mother ran a dance studio in the same town I grew up in
Are you serious?
Yeah, Wallington, Passaic, New Jersey. And
when
she said that, I was like, this is crazy. So I feel like even then, like I now that I became friends with her on Instagram, I wanted to definitely, you know, like reach out and just be like, "Listen, tell me a little bit more about this."
Right,
you know,
right. So. That's so cool. So you guys do the photo op. So how did you mention the podcast to her, and how did you get that going, you know?
Oh, I was like, "Listen, I have some really good friends. They have this incredible podcast. I would absolutely love it if you can do a little intro for us."
Right.
And then again, she just went right into like actress mode. She's like, "All right, tell me the line." I'm like, "Ba ba 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 ba." She's like,
"Yeah,
okay." And then I was like, "Go ahead, when you're ready, go for it." And then she ran it, and then I was like, "That's perfect. Let's record it." And then she shot, and then we just shot it. It was awesome.
Oh, that's amazing, dude. So I thank you so much for getting it because it's so great. But I'm just going to turn my phone to the camera so people can see it and hear it because it's legendary. I'm sure most people have seen it on her Instagram account. It's on yours, and then you allow me to repost it. But here it is. Hold on.
Hi, everyone. This is Robbie Morgan from Blairstown, New Jersey on a Friday night. I'm listening to a Alone in the Dark podcast.
Nice.
Which was so cool, man. So
nice.
I met her at Chili, and she was super nice then, you know what I mean? But it's so cool. So after that moment, so when did she do the walk? Was that before the photo op or after?
After.
Okay, gotcha. So she did all the photo ops. How many people were waiting for a photo op with her?
I would say about 30 people were lined up.
Okay, gotcha. And that's like for Blairstown, that's a pretty big crowd, right? Because it's like in the middle of nowhere, basically, right?
I just drove in from Canada for 6 hours.
That's crazy.
You know, so it was just so cool. So we did the photo op.
Yeah.
And then it was again 9 a.m. Like my nephew, he's still like, you know.
Yeah.
Just like still. So we went and ate breakfast, and then I was like, I told the rest of the crew, I told my brother, I was like, all right, listen, we're going back out. We're going to do a late lunch out in Blairstown. So it was about 10 of us. We all, it was like a caravan of 3 different cars. So we got back there in the afternoon, and I'm telling you, man, just the vendors that were out there just the town was embracing it, you know?
So what was happening? Like, they just had like you said, there was just like a celebration of the film and that the fact that it was Friday the 13th, or was this like an organized thing?
It was, again, that Main Street Blairstown Museum, without a doubt, they had it set, and all the local businesses, again, mom and pop stores, just jumped in on it.
Yeah.
When we got into town, we parked. The parking was right behind the Blairstown Diner.
Okay.
The diner's right there, like maybe 3 blocks away from the main street.
Right.
Or Steve? Is it Steve? He goes into the diner.
Yes. Steve?
And
I think
Steve?
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
gotta
think
look it up.
Yeah.
And again, we went to Blairstown Tavern. They had big signs just basically saying, "Welcome Friday the 13th fans."
That's awesome.
And what Blairstown did is they had Friday this week. They did in the morning. They had Robbie, Morgan, Annie.
Yeah.
We did the in costume photo op.
Yep.
Then they started. There's 3 time slots where there was a Friday the 13th trolley tour.
Oh.
And it's like literally it's like a 2-hour. It's a 2-hour tour.
2-hour tour.
They start in Blairstown. Then they hit up all the special all the scenes. The cemetery in Hope, New Jersey,
yes.
The long road that Annie's driving down. They pull up to the front of Camp Novi Bosco.
Yeah, I was going to say, did they involve the camp at all? No.
No.
Oh, man.
You can't go in there. You cannot go in there. They just drive by.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Is there, I wanted to ask you this, I know the camp is on the lake, but is there like access to the lake besides the camp anywhere where you could at least see it or anything? No.
Mm-mm.
It's all just like in the woods and you can't get to it.
Okay, I might be shooting myself in the foot with this quick story.
Uh-oh.
But
here we go. This is an insider.
All right. This is insider information. When Damien came here, my nephew Damien comes every summer, and he comes for a couple of weeks.
Right.
Hangs out with his cousins. In 2014, we went to Blairstown, walked down to Main Street.
Yep.
And then me and my brother-in-law, I'm like, listen, what? I'm like, let's see how we can get in there.
Oh.
So then I'm like, all of a sudden I was like, let's use the angle of, maybe Damien wants to do a Boy Scout. He wants.
Yeah.
So we literally drove up, went to the front gate, and like, hey, my nephew's looking to, join the Boy Scouts. And again,
right, no mention of it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just trying to be cool about it. So we get to the office, walk around the office, explain, okay, cool, that's very cool. Is it okay if we just take a walk down to the lake, just get a feel for it?
He's really into canoeing.
Yeah. So like, oh yeah, go for it. So again, we managed to kind of access the grounds under false pretenses. But
that's awesome. So that was the one time you got to see the camp.
That was the one time, and there was another time in 2003. I just got in a car and just drove over, and it was in the summer, and it was at one of the camp. It was like parents welcome your parents to camp day.
Right.
And again, me being young and so naive at the time, I'm like, oh, I really want to see this. I walk up to a camp counselor, and he's like, I'm like, I really want to see the movie from here for Friday the 13th. He's like,
yeah.
Do me a favor. Don't repeat what you just said.
Right.
Just blend in as if you're here to see your brother and just pretend. And that guy actually helped me out. So
that awesome.
That was the one on the only other time that I was able to actually. That's cool. Yeah.
I wonder, do you think it's easier to like gain access like off season, like in the fall or the winter, or is it pretty much a tight ship no matter what?
That's one of my other Blairstown Camp Novi Bosco stories. We came there in like the dead of winter, and it was chained up and locked up, and I'm like, all right, do we want to go to jail for trespassing, Paulie? Do we want to do this? No? So I was like, no, let's not do it.
Yeah. If it's locked up, you kind of,
Yeah.
But that's interesting. So tell me more about the day, about Friday the 13th. Like when you guys went back, what kind of events or what kind of things did they have? I know there was some sort of museum. Did you guys check that out? Or
Yeah, so the museum, all right, so the bummer on that one was that we waited like close to an hour in line to get into the museum. But it's great because you have, the tavern was right across the street.
Right.
You walk up, you order a drink, and you just hang out. And
right.
we were just enjoying the moment. So we
Mm-hmm.
waited close to an hour. We get to the door, and they're like, "Well, I'm sorry, we can't let you in right now because Robbie Morgan's coming back from her trolley tour, and there's going to be photo ops, and it's first come priorities for people that are there for the autographs." And then
Gotcha.
I was like, you know what? I don't mind, but a couple of people in my crew got a little after a
Yeah, I'm
couple
sure.
of these. They got a little,
they were like, "What the hell?" Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I live 20 minutes away. I always come back for it. But
Right.
they have some pretty cool memorabilia. They have some pretty cool, just again, it's a museum, so it had just a couple of nice descriptions of what it is. I mean, from the window, that's like looking in. That's all I could see.
Yeah. So
But,
you didn't get to go in at all. So that was
didn't get to go in. No.
Yeah.
But,
that's a bummer.
Yeah. No. Again, you just you make the best of it, right?
Yeah.
So just the other vendors alone, people that were like, this one woman, I forget her name, but she has a real nice Instagram page. She had like throw pillows it's like Friday the 13th, and it's like Blairstown, New Jersey.
Right.
And I'm like, that would look perfect on my couch, So
You were that sucker that fell for that.
Oh my God, I was like, ugh, I need those throw pillows. So,
that's awesome. Very cool.
But the vendors, I mean, there were so many people that were dressed up.
Yeah.
And you can take photos with them.
Yeah.
Look, I guess was it cosplay?
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. That's awesome. And you actually video chatted with me, which was great. I was on vacation up in Lake George, New York. Yeah. And all of a sudden I'm like, Peter's there. I'm like, it's so awesome. And then all of a sudden I get like this video call. I'm like, oh, Peter's video chatting to me. So it was so cool. I got to see Blairstown like live, you know what I mean? Which was pretty fun. So that was cool. That was awesome. Thanks for doing that.
No, definitely, man, definitely.
Yeah,
it's funny. I hung up with you, and then Maddie gave me a shout, and I was like, Maddie, what's up?
Yeah. Did he video chat with you or just a call?
Yeah, we did a video chat.
So he got to see it too, which is awesome. Yeah,
and
that's great.
It's funny when you called me, like I forget what you were doing a scene from one of the Fridays, right? You were like. Like it was like
I did something. Yeah.
And he did the exact same thing. So I was like, "That's awesome."
We think alike, dude. That's why, that's it. That's so cool.
That's
that's awesome. So that was the day for you, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Was there anyone else there that worked on the film or was in the film that day, or no?
Just Robbie and then Stephen Dash, and then again.
Okay.
Stephen Dash. He's a character. He's funny. I didn't get to see him that time. I got to see him in March at Monster Mania in costume.
That's cool. Yeah.
But
and where was he? He was inside, like at the museum?
He was inside. Yeah, he was inside.
Okay, gotcha.
It started to pick up at one point. So
I'm sure.
He had certain windows, and then you're like, you know what? All right, Robbie's coming into the museum to do photo ops and autographs. So he actually walked across the street, and they set him up a table over there where all the other vendors were.
Gotcha.
Because it was just so many people started coming in.
Wow. And that was like midday, I guess, or?
Yeah, I would say that's about 3-4 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And even like the bar across the street, it was like what was it, Camp Crystal Lake Martini. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's just vodka and a little bit of vermouth.
What could you do with that?
Yeah.
It's red. They put some
a little
something
bit
in
of
it.
grenadine.
You know what I mean? Oh my God, that's funny.
But, it was just a cool. Everybody was just embracing it, and it was just an awesome vibe. I'll send you some other funny videos. Again, I don't know. Remember going back to our conversation about I'm all about getting photos and going to conventions and meeting the celebrities, but you always want to create an experience.
Yes.
That was a funny. I brought a football, and I always like to name my football. So the last football I had. I named it Tu Madre, and I lost. Well, I didn't lose it. We had it at Governor's Ball. We went to go see Eminem in the beginning of June, and after the concert, it rained, and the ball fell out of my bag. So I was like, okay, it's whatever. So I picked up another football, and I was like, you know what? This one, because it's Friday the 13th, I named it Damn Enchiladas. Like one of my favorite lines. Damn Enchiladas! From Demon from Friday the 13th Part 5.
Yeah, from Part 5, yeah.
So, and then again, if you see in the movie where Annie walks over the bridge, you could tell that there's I might call it a ravine, but it's literally like a pond right there. There's running water. So we're playing football, and it's great when you're walking around in crowds, and you meet people that are just like, oh, here, I'll take a pass, and you
Right.
pass the football.
You're like, yeah, sure.
So the ball fell into the pond, and I'll send you the video. I'm literally walking around trying to get my ball, and there's a kid under there as well. He's like, I'm here all the time. Careful where you're walking. There's snakes.
Oh my gosh.
And you know how I feel about snakes.
Yeah. And so you
hate
never got the ball
snakes.
back?
My brother Paulie, my twin brother Paulie, hopped on the other side, walked across, hopped on the other side, and he managed to get the ball. So,
oh, he did. Well, there you go. You got your ball back. That's good.
It was good. No, it was. But and again, it was like I'm walking in this historic area in the water.
Yeah.
And like it's always like that was my story for that day.
Yeah,
so that was,
that's
like,
awesome.
Creating a moment. So
that's cool. Yeah,
but,
living where they filmed it too, which is cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Be cool if you could like superimpose you playing football in the background of the actual scene in Friday when Andy's walking into town. That would be cool.
That would be badass. That would be badass. I'll send you the video
awesome.
later, though.
Yeah, that's
funny.
cool.
It was funny.
So, before we wrap up, I just wanted to talk about Friday, the original for a little bit. Do you remember the first time you saw it? It had to be like a long time ago, I'm sure, and probably a rental, right?
No, absolutely. I remember it was my sister Irene, her boyfriend at the time. I remember watching it, and I'm like, who is this killer? Like, who is this person? And then I'll never forget when I watched it for the first time. I was maybe like 5 or 6 years old then. Different times. Different times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think I would say 6 years old. And I remember when Betsy Palmer comes onto the screen. Oh, just a friend of the Christies.
Yes.
I remember like, oh my God. Oh, like this warm mother character, this warm person that, oh my God, like, she's running around. I forget, what's the main character's name? God, I should know this.
Oh, the girl?
Yeah.
Oh, it's, oh my God, I just went blank too. Jesus Christ.
Nancy. Nancy's no, that's Nightmare on Elm Street.
No. Oh God, what the hell's wrong with us?
I know. All right.
Oh, it's gonna, hold on. What? Someone's gonna write it before we say it. Alice. Yes.
She's gonna protect, and then when you start seeing a young boy drowned here,
yes,
and then you started to see the turning, and all of a sudden, and then you realize, oh my God, she's the. I just again growing up with my mother is incredible. It's a strong motherly.
Yeah, and to see that, it probably freaked you out. You were like,
I was like, Jesus Christ, yeah. No, I was like, it's the mother. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So,
which is awesome. Yeah, it's cool. It's almost like your first twist ending too, because you never would expect that it was Jason's mom, and then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, you know what I mean? Like,
and
so as a young
battling.
kid, yeah, totally. All of a sudden she's like really scary. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which is awesome.
And again. The end scene, man.
Well, that's what I was going to talk about next. Like, you must have, as like a 5 or 6 year old, you must have lost your shit, dude.
I literally, verbatim, lost my shit. I'm telling you.
Did you? You must have screamed and,
it was just like, when the music comes out, when he pops out.
Yes.
Like, oh my God. Like, it's warm. The light's out, Like,
I know.
The lights,
you're safe.
It's morning. You're safe, right?
You're safe. Yeah.
You're not in the dark anymore. And it's, like the music. And you see the cops.
Yes, everything's safe.
When in doubt, cops, you're safe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're good.
And this fucking creature comes out of the lake and again, movies aren't made like that anymore. I know that everything's all CGI, but those practical effects that
it was great. And that makeup job was amazing. It was so scary, and you didn't see it for very long. That's what was so clever about it. It was very subtle. Jason coming out, and then she being pulled in, and then the cut to the hospital. But it was so clever. It was so great. Favorite, before we wrap up, just as something else I wanted to ask you. What's your favorite kill from Friday 1? I could tell you mine if you're thinking.
Yeah. Go. Yeah. I got it, but go ahead. Go
Yeah,
for it.
mine's Kevin Bacon. You know, it's a lot of people's, but I just think it's so clever because it's such. If you see how it was done, you know how Tom Savini did it. It
Yeah.
was so
Just,
clever. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
And
Like
just,
the
yeah.
head with the fake body, and then through. You know,
Yeah.
it's just it's so simple. But then when you watch it and you don't know how they did it, you're like, holy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my favorite for sure. How about you?
You know, and it was like, again, you got that, remember in Psycho, right? Dude, this is how bad I am. I've never watched Psycho all the way through its entirety, but I know. But Janet Leigh,
Yeah.
you didn't expect her, right?
Right. Yeah.
And again, and not just because I just saw Robbie Morgan, but
Yeah.
Robbie Morgan was that innocent, like you didn't, and again, I'm invested into it.
Yeah.
I didn't think she was going to die. It was just
Right.
like, but when she gets her throat slit and it was just
Yes.
the distress on her face, it's incredible how I love some of these slasher flicks, because if it's 2 beats extra past what you're seeing, then it's disturbing.
Yes.
Then it's unsettling, and then it's like, I can't watch this, you know?
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
if a scene carries on too long, then it's like, so that being said, there's certain movies and certain themes, like The Hills Have Eyes, I can never watch those, because there's that.
Yeah, it's like
kind of
too
theme.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like going back to our conversation before, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes.
That's again, Will and Trish. What's up, baby?
Yeah, they love it. Yeah.
Again, you guys love that. It's awesome, but it's such a visceral.
It is.
It's so visceral that it's like, oh my god, it freaks me out. So, but yeah, I would say, going back to Robbie Morgan's death, like when you see her throat getting slit, and just the look. Again, the effects were great, and I actually got to ask her about that. I was like, when I was like, where did that happen? She's like, they brought me up to New Hampshire or Connecticut Connecticut to do that scene, and it's actually
was this an added scene or no? They just
no,
filmed it.
It's her scene where she gets. Mike?
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I lost you for a sec. No, I know it's in the movie. I'm just saying, did they film it after they filmed the whole movie? Was it like an added scene? They were like, oh, we need more gore or something? Or they just took her off site?
They took her off site. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because it's shot very close. If you watch it, it's a very tight shot, so they could have filmed it anywhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So what did she say about it?
Yeah, she had nothing but praises to Tom Savini and Tom Savini's assistant. Oh my God, I should know this. Oh my God. Anyway, it was Tom Savini's boy that when they made that, they were brothers, like, and he went on to do something great too. But how she said that all her scenes were done in, I think, 2 days. I was like, what? And at the time,
for the whole
she was
movie,
living in Bergen. Yeah, in 2 days. So she did. Where at the time she was living downtown New York, and again, her mother was living in Bergen County, New Jersey. And she drove up, just got in a car. She was 17 years old.
Wow.
Robbie Morgan was 17 years old when she shot this. I was like, it's crazy.
You know, I think it's her birthday tomorrow.
Oh, really?
I think it is, yeah. And Maddie just texted me and said it was her birthday tomorrow. So I trust Maddie, which is pretty awesome. So, happy birthday to her. You said she's on Instagram?
Yeah, I actually, about a half hour ago before we went live, I reached out to Robbie and Mark and just said, hey, I just want you to know that we had such a wonderful time meeting you both. Yeah. And I'm sorry, somebody's bothering me.
No, that's all right.
meeting you both. We're going live on Alone in the Dark podcast. And,
cool.
So,
that's awesome.
But yeah, but again, when I asked her, I know sometimes some people can't be bothered, but she was just a sweetheart,
She seemed so nice. Like when I met her, she was super sweet too, just a really sweet, super sweetheart. So yeah, happy birthday to her. That's awesome. I hope she has a good day tomorrow, which is super cool. So that's cool. So this was fun, man. I got to do more of these. I want to talk to Maddie, and I see my brother Blaze is on here too.
Blaze, I see him. Yeah. I see him right there.
And Blaze is really good with doing these like movie reviews. Maybe I'll do like a segment with him doing movie reviews, video chat style. Blaze,
absolutely.
Would you be into that? I don't know if he's still on there, but I'm sure he would be. So we talked about, you heard what Maddie and I are doing next. We're doing our 40 greatest moments in horror. Which I'm psyched about. So I just wanted to just kind of goose you real quick. Give me one of your favorite moments of horror, just to kind of tease people a little bit. You know what I mean? Because we might actually do a fan segment where we include some fan moments on the podcast. So I just want to ask you, like, just off the top of your head, what's like a favorite moment in horror history? It doesn't have to be a kill. It doesn't have to be, it could just be anything. But give me something.
Again, or going back to our last conversation, American Psycho. I can, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a scene, just so many scenes, and how he's holding the chainsaw over the railing, and he's going like this, and he lets go of the chainsaw, and then he screams at the railing. He's like, "Yeah!" Just goes crazy.
My gosh,
that's
sick,
cool. But just just some of the nastiness of, I would say, Michael Myers killing a dog.
Yes.
In the first one, like, that was so ruthless. And
and he ate it.
Did he really eat it? Because oh my God.
No, because Loomis goes, he got hungry, remember?
He got hungry.
That makes it even more. They don't show it, obviously, but he says he got hungry.
Yeah, he got hungry.
That's fucked up, man.
He ate the fucking dog. Oh my God, it's been a minute since I last sat down and watched it. Holy shit, that's
ridiculous. He says he got hungry, remember?
Oh, man.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
Michael Myers. That's fucked. That's. I gotta go watch it now.
I know. Yeah, he got hungry. You're gonna be like, "Oh, Mike, what are you doing?" At least in part 4, he just killed the dog. You know what I mean? Sunday doesn't make it till Monday.
No.
Remember Maddie's comment? Oh, that was the best in the commentary. Dude. Sunday's not gonna make it till Monday.
Yeah. Fuck off, Wade. I got my fuck off Wade shirt, by the way. I was gonna put it on. I was gonna rock my fuck off Wade.
So great.
Y'all, hold on. Oh shit! I was gonna say something. Fuck! I was gonna say something.
Another moment, or you had something?
Yeah, wait, hold on. Another moment. Real quick. There we go. I got it.
Yeah.
Halloween 4 mask. Tell me what you thought about the Halloween 4 mask.
Well, see, it's right behind me. See it right there?
I fucking love the Halloween 4 mask. People shit on it.
It changes a lot. It changes a lot in that movie. That's the confusing thing.
Oh, the one when he's
Well, when he's in the school, it's like the part 2 mask.
I love that. Yeah, it looks like Ben Tramer.
It's very strange. It changes, but I love the Halloween 4 mask, the one that you see mostly. A lot of people shit on it, but I think it's great because that's the movie that I fell in love with Halloween. You know what I mean? So of course I associate that mask with my love of, that was kind of like the start of me really being into horror, seeing Halloween 4, you know what I mean? Right. So I love the mask too, you know what I mean? It's awesome. And there's some guys that make it, like mine's from Robbies. It's not even like a really good one. But there's some guys that make it, like our friend Lorenzo on Instagram. He has like all like the really good masks. And
Lorenzo, yeah. Dude, his collection, I was like, wow.
I think it's called, the good one is called Damned 88, I think. Or
Damned 88.
Yeah. I think it's called the Damned 88, and that's the Halloween 4 mask. That's amazing. And I always look it up. Someone's selling it. Sometimes people sell it on eBay, but it's like $300, and I'm like, dude, I can't justify spending $300 for a mask.
It's an out of print mask. Is that why we're?
No, it's like a collector's. It's like this guy that makes it. You know what I mean? It's just like a small mask like maker.
Small batch, okay.
Yeah. So it's like a boutique kind of guy. So he doesn't make them very often, and they're pretty expensive. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
So yeah, that's like, this is a different series, but I'm obsessed with Scream, obviously.
Yeah.
My shirt.
Nice.
But there's a guy on Facebook, or he has a website. He makes the sparkle version of the Scream costume.
Dude, I remember we talked about that like about a year ago, and that thing's like fucking $2 or something crazy, like $3.
No, it's like $400. It's like $400 or $450, and I've been so close to like getting it because I want it so bad, but I'm like, dude, I cannot spend $400 on the Scream costume. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could probably make it. I could probably get a tailor to make it for a lot less if I find the material. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which is actually a good idea. But anyway, yeah, that's a good idea, right?
Yeah, because you know what? It reminds me, like when I think about the sparkle, and again, when I started watching Prom Night because of you guys.
Yes.
Again, Maddie, I love you, bud. Hope you're listening.
I know he'll watch this. He'll watch this back for sure.
That sparkle, like when I'm Prom Night, there was a sparkle in the mask, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. He's got the hood. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's all sparkle. It's like the same material as Scream. Actually, I wonder where that's probably where Kevin Williamson. Or no, it would have been Wes Craven, but I wonder if that's where he got the idea from the sparkle. You know, that's funny. I think we might have just unearthed something, Peter. That's pretty cool.
Just saying, dude. Just saying. Hold up. I want to hear without, not your number one, but
yes.
What are some?
You want me to give you a random one that's on my list?
Give me a random one.
Let me think. Hold on. Give me a second. Because I have some random ones. And what Matt and I are going to do is we're going to compare our list together, and we're just going to have one 40 greatest moments together collectively. We're not going to do
not like
it's
your
going to
40,
be too
his
long.
40.
Yeah,
you'd be like a
no,
4-hour
it's gonna.
podcast.
We're just going to agree.
I wouldn't
on
have
40.
a problem with a 4-hour podcast, Malone.
No, I know that's what I'm saying. It would be really long. But I'm trying to think of one of mine. One of the ones that I think Matt and I were definitely going to agree on is it when Danny's at the window in Salem's Lot, just tapping at the window when he's floating. Danny Glick, that's his name, I think, right? So from Salem's Lot, when he's like already a vampire and he's at the window and there's just fog behind him and everything, I think that like just visually and just for me as a kid, that fucking scared the shit out of me. You know what I mean? So scary.
Yep.
So I think that's a great moment.
Halloween 4, dude. I'm sorry. Like, when Jamie, when the lightning, and then she's walking around the room and
her dream, her dream segment.
And it's not like Michael Myers in the middle of the frame of the photo.
Yeah,
it's like off to the left.
Yes,
and you see him, and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah,
and that's still to this day, 35, but still like when it's dark.
Yes.
I'm like hazily walking to the bathroom like at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
That creeps up into my head, and I'm like, just look down. Just walk
it's a great one. It's a great one.
Know?
I'll give you another piece. I don't know if this is going to make the list, but this is one of my favorites. Just the opening to Halloween 4, I think it's one of the greatest moments of like the whole scene where they show all the Halloween memorabilia and the farm and stuff.
Yeah.
That whole opening credit sequence, to me, is a great moment in horror because it just is reeking of Halloween. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's such a great memory for me.
It settles you in.
Totally.
And
so.
And again, Alan Howarth. When I heard, remember, he's like, when they're at the hospital, he's like, all right, book them. And then when they're pushing, the gurney out, it just
goes right into it.
Yeah.
But it's like that new Halloween 4 version.
It's the new one, yeah. It's like what Halloween was, and it just went up a notch.
Oh, it's so great. It's so intense.
Mondo, by the way, Mondo's releasing. I tagged you in that. Mondo's releasing it. Gary Pule, and again,
It's 4 and 5, correct?
4 and 5, yeah.
Yes.
He's doing original artwork. Gary Pule is doing original artwork for 4.
So cool.
And they remastered the original tape, so I'm getting that.
I got to get 4. I have to. You know what I mean? I have to get 4.
On Friday the 13th, Waxwork Records released the Part 5 soundtrack.
I saw that. I almost bought that the other day. Because it's only like $35. It's not that expensive.
$35. I bought 2. I bought one for me.
You bought 2?
Well, one for Damien. I got to take care of my nephew.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. The artwork on that is amazing. It looks so cool.
Yeah.
That's a mask. I was just telling my son. I want that mask so bad, the Part 5
Part 5?
mask.
Yeah.
I love it.
Dude,
it's so cool.
I don't know who you go, like, real quick. Let's talk about, real quick. I know I'm going to mean to get this run, but.
No.
Okay, so when you talk about masks, right?
Yeah.
Was the original, like, Part 3 mask, Friday the 13th, Part 3?
Yeah.
Was that fiberglass? Because I met a lot of guys out there that were talking,
I don't know.
They had masks, and I'm like, oh, can I see your Jason mask?
Yeah.
And it was just hard plastic. I'm a big firm believer of it's called fiberglassmasks.com.
Yeah.
They make incredible Friday the 13th masks.
Oh, cool.
Like,
I got to check it out.
Oh, but you're going to pay a price for it, but you get what you pay for. You know what I'm saying?
How much are they about?
They range from about $175 to $2, and I know there's like Camp Crystal Lake Studios. I know there's a couple of places.
Yes.
And their prices don't top out any more than $100.
Right. Right.
I like fiberglass, and there's something that's it's. Where's my mask? It's over there. It's sturdy. It's like it's firm.
Yeah,
I feel like it's movie quality. So
that's cool. That's awesome. I got to check it out. What's the site called again?
Fiberglassmasks.com.
Okay, cool.
And what's awesome is that they have it all broken down by be like Friday the 13th, Jason X. Be like pre-iced. Like I love the Jason X mask.
Yeah.
Before he goes, Uber Jason.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
I love the contours of it. So when I was at your Halloween party, you saw that Jason
Yeah,
mask.
yeah, which was awesome. That was super cool.
It was the base of Jason X with, the colors of the NES Jason and with the tricolors of Part 3. So
right, that's
and
cool.
he's cool. And Fiberglass mask is awesome because they literally I asked him to make it that way, and he's like, I got you. So
oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to splurge on a Part 5 mask for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so funny you're saying Part 5 mask because like when Maddie right in the opening episode, you guys mentioned to it, and I was like, this is why I love you guys. You guys are fucking awesome.
It's a great movie. I think it's great. I don't give a shit that Jason isn't in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love it, dude. You got Tommy Jarvis in it. He's great. You know, it's not the best Tommy Jarvis, but he's a cool Tommy Jarvis. He's got his masks and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
So I got to get it. Yeah, Blaze is just saying I got to have it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's definitely a good one. That's like the one thing. I only have this like NECA mask that's back there. I think that's the Part 3 or Part 4 mask. I forget.
Right.
But it's not great. You know what I mean? I didn't, but I'd love to actually spend some money and get a decent mask. You know what I mean? Which would be cool. So
I love the Ben Tramer sitting up there.
Oh yeah, Ben.
Yeah.
Where is he? You see him? No, is he there? Oh yeah,
Right
he's
there.
up there.
Right there. He's up there.
Yeah, he's right in the corner there. There he is. Yeah, I love that mask. I had to splurge on that one too because I just love that mask. Yeah. That scene is the best, dude. When Ben's walking really fast and he
turns around, he's like,
dude.
You can see where the dummy is. You can see the dummy. Where you're
poor Ben, dude. It's so great. And I love how Lori was supposed to go out with him too, and he's fucking dead.
and his two friends come up to the point. They're like, oh, we're looking for a friend. Is he?
Yeah. Oh, it's so great. It's amazing.
But that's funny. Halloween 2, man. Again, you're the last episode.
Yeah.
Halloween 2, man. It's not your cup of tea, bro.
Dude, I like it until they get to the hospital. That's it, man. I love it. Right? I love the pickup from Halloween 1, but once you get to the hospital, it's like a little crazy. Is Lord Rez your one of your friends?
Yeah. Yo, what up, Bailey? Holla.
There you go. That's
man.
Awesome. It's great.
Yeah.
Well, this is fun, dude. We got to do this again.
Absolutely,
we got to do
man.
this is almost like a mini podcast. It's just like a video version, or just chatting it up,
Yeah. Dude, yo, real quick.
Yeah.
I got to show you one of my babies right here.
Let's see.
This.
What do you got? I'm trying to. Oh, nice.
Again.
Dude, that's great. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So you got a lithograph and got it framed, or?
This is a Gary Pulin. This is a Gary Pulin. That's the one that I got autographed by the man, John Carpenter.
Oh, dude, that is so great. It's autographed, too. That's amazing.
Yeah. It's
such a great image. Yeah, I have that T-shirt from the concert, which is great. I'm bummed, though, because the T-shirt doesn't fit me well. So I'll probably never wear it, you know what I mean? Which is too bad.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, brother. What else? Anything else?
Nothing. I'm psyched that we did this, and thanks for sharing
fun, this is always fun.
Yeah, thanks for sharing your experience. What are you doing for the rest of the summer?
Summer. Let's see. I still haven't planned out what I'm going to do for Halloween this year yet. I'm like, shit. Like, I knew last year, like, in February of 2017, like, I know, like, I'm like, what am I doing for Halloween? Like, what am I dressing up as? So, like, I have a couple ideas.
I don't have my costume either. I usually have mine picked out pretty early. I haven't even thought about it.
Dude, your costume was dope, by the way.
Oh, last year that was fun.
Yeah. Beetlejuice, dude. That was
dope.
We
were joking when you came here to do the podcast. I was like, dude, I don't even think you know what I really. Well, you knew me from pictures, but you never met me in person. And
without
costume. Yeah, without the makeup and everything, which was funny. But yeah, I got to pick something good, But sometimes I'm like something funny. It's rare that I'm something scary. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just because it's a pain in the ass. Like when we have our Halloween party, I don't want to be like in a mask or, you know what I mean? Like
the mask, like when you're covered. I mean, again, I had a Jason mask on, but it was like, like I walked in.
You could take it off.
Made my
present.
You know what I mean? Take it off and then put it back on.
Yeah, totally.
That I don't mind.
No, it's cool. But yeah, I got to think of something good, But
that and then we're going. Me and the lady we're going to Poland next month for 16 days.
That's awesome. Very cool.
Haven't been over to Europe in over 10 years. So
I'm going to Switzerland. I'm going to Switzerland in like a week and a half.
In a week and a half?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm going with my wife's family. We're all going as a big group. It should be fun.
That's badass.
Yeah,
We're in
yeah.
Switzerland. We're in Switzerland.
All over. I don't even know. They're just telling me where I'm going, and I just go. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I know
Right.
we're training it a bunch of places, and we rent a car, so it's going to be nuts. I've never been there, so I'm excited. So that should be cool.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
Very cool. And
Awesome.
again, one last thing. Again, man, Halloween. I'm just like, I'm not like the new Halloween with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
40 years later, I'm so excited. I'm not looking at any more trailers. You
Yes.
and Maddie touched upon it.
Yeah.
I just won't do it. Just can't do it.
I don't. Anytime I see a post, I like scroll real fast. I'm like, I don't want to see anything, you know?
I unfollowed like all my Halloween, like the official Halloween page, Halloween page. Like I literally, like, I don't need any spoilers.
I want to be surprised. I really did enjoy that first trailer, and that's all I want to see. You know what I mean? That's all I need to know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm an optimist at heart.
Yes.
I felt like they overlit him a little too much.
Overlit him.
Yeah, there was so much light on him, and I'm like,
no, I agree. But it's gonna be. I think they made a fans film, which I'm excited about. You know what I mean?
That's the vibe I'm getting. I hear coming out of it. I hear it.
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard the same thing where it was like,
yeah,
all right, there's been a lot of good, good feedback.
Yes,
so.
Yeah. Well, which should be exciting. So that's going to be fun. But awesome. Well, we'll have to do this again, man. We'll have to think of something that we could video chat about and broadcast.
Most definitely, man.
Yeah, which would be good.
Most definitely. Always a good time, brother.
Yeah, well, enjoy the rest of your summer. I'm sure I'll talk to you soon. And everyone that's watching, thanks for watching. And look for it'll probably be out like late August, but look for our top 40 moments in horror history podcast that's going to be coming out. So I know Peter's excited to check that one out too. So
like late August, I gotta wait till late August, dude.
I know, man. Well, I'm traveling, so that's the only reason why.
No, it's cool.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be good. All right, well, enjoy the rest of your night, Peter, and everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. All right,
Take care, bud.
See you, Peter. Take care, bud.